Do you remember your first show ever, your first performance?
Yes.
What was that like? Did everything, before we even get into the details of it, did everything go according to plan?
Nope.
Because I've done this with people. They had
Hold
great...
on. Am I telling them about my real first show? All right, cool.
Some people had great experiences their first show. Some people not so great.
No, my first experience of a show was really bad, but it was only because when I first started rapping, it was like very public. Like everybody knew, my family knew, everybody knew, and my mom, she somewhat, I guess, wanted to help, but it just got so messed up along the way because it's just like, that just don't mix. Like, it just didn't mix. And it wasn't even long. It's just, she said, you know, she put together a show or whatever, and I had to promote it. So I was, like, fake promoting it like an asshole, kind of. You know, like, I wasn't really serious about anything that I was doing. And I got there, and it was straight family. And I was like, damn, it's like, this is embarrassing. But when I was up there and I was performing, I didn't care that it was just my family. I was like, fuck it. Like, fuck it. And the first show that I actually had after that, my show, is sold out. So, you know, life is really weird how it works. And I promise you, like, after that show, like, I went home and I was like, damn, I'm never going to do this shit again. And the next morning I woke up and started writing. So I don't know what, you know what I'm saying, what triggered it, but it was just like, my parents, they always wanted control of a lot of the shit that I did in music, because I guess, like, they want to make sure, like, I'm not wilding the fuck out. So around the time when that shit happened, that's when I like proved it. I'm like, bro, like, I want to do this shit on my own. Like, I don't want y'all's help, because what can y'all really help me with? Like, this is a dog-eat-dog world, and I don't need my parents involved in the choices that I want to make as a 20-year-old. Like, that's wild as fuck. Like, that's not it. Like, that's not it. And tried to explain it to my parents. They were like, so, like, you don't love us? But after that, after I didn't take their help, my parents were kind of like, fuck you, bitch, low-key. And then I started setting these off-the-wall goals, and my parents were like, what the fuck, bitch? You can't do that. Like, that is impossible. And then God started working in my favor, and some crazy shit started happening in my life. And then my parents were just like, wow, you doing that shit. And they're pretty proud of me right now.
This actual first show that you had, though, how many people were in that crowd that was your family?
Like 15.
You were expecting something different?
No.
Oh.
I was expecting 10. Fuck you talk about. I didn't promote it. Like, I didn't promote it. I wasn't serious. Like, I looked at it like a kickback or a release party. Like, I was just like, y'all want to hear my music type shit? I didn't take it serious. And once I did start taking it serious, shit changed for me.
So that's your first real show. Now, this sold-out show that you did, how did that go for you?
It was amazing. I love seeing my fans in real life. Like, I fucking love it. They be dressed like me. They bring me gifts. They bring me my favorite stuff. They bring me, like, love, and they be lit as fuck. Like, a lot of times they do the meet and greet on tour and shit, and motherfuckers be in there talking like they best friends, and I be like, do y'all know each other? They be like, nah, we just met at the show. I be like, kill. That's what it's about, especially females. Like, no one's in here mugging each other. Like, motherfuckers is really in here cackling and, like, having a great time. Bitches are free, and that's just lit. But my first show, I don't think I did do a meet and greet afterwards. I signed a lot of shit. But my first show, I was nervous, and that shit went away by, like, the third song.
Did everything go according to plan, how you envisioned the show to go and how things played out?
Yeah, definitely.
Because sometimes they don't on that first show.
No, on that show, I knew what I was going for. I knew what I wanted. I even had, like, the outfit, everything, like the hair. I knew what I wanted. I knew what I was going for.
When it comes to the nerves, do you still get nervous?
Before going on stage?
Yeah. Honestly speaking.
In a new state. So I guess that's, because I've been to a lot of new states. So if it was a state I've never been to before, then I was hella nervous. But like I said, my fans always welcome me with open arms, so you be nervous, but not that nervous. Shit, they love you.
What do you think it is that makes you nervous? Is it what the crowd's gonna look like? Is it...
It's just being a fucking human. Like, all these people, I'm about to go stand out here and rap these songs, all these people are gonna stare at me. Like, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't like people staring at me. Like, I don't fuck with that shit in public. So, you on stage, some people might be so into the song or shit that they're not even, like, making a facial expression. So, that's what you be nervous about. Motherfuckers just staring at you. I ain't never been booed before, but, yeah, motherfuckers staring at you, that shit... You be like, bitch, what the fuck you looking at? Sing the words, you know what I'm saying? La-da-da-da-da. But, my fans go crazy. It's very, very few times, unless I'm, like, talking to them, that they are sitting there just staring at me. But, I've had shows with people staring at me, like when you're, like, opening up for someone. They're like, bitch, you're not who I paid for.
How hard is that?
What?
Opening up for that type of crowd. How hard is that? Or easy?
It's so weird for me because I always go on stage, I do my thing, and when I get off, people are like, oh, bitch, you did amazing. And the fans, they fuck with me. I do my best to interact with them. I haven't really had a dry show where people were really literally just staring at me. It hasn't been that way since, like, I first started rapping. At, like, a club or something, maybe.
Very lucky. When you perform, are you under the influence?
Come on, Smallz. I be high as shit. Like, I be high as shit, but not, like, out of my mind high.
Even under the influence, you still get nervous?
Yeah, a little bit. Under the influence, for real, to be honest with you, I'll throw up sometimes, like, you know what I'm saying? If I'm doing too much on stage, that shit'll make me throw up. So I try to, like, if I know I have a show, which I normally do, just chill, drink a lot of water that day. And after the show, you smoke good, eat good, do whatever the fuck you want. But before that, you got to take care of yourself because you will throw up. You will get winded. Like, all of that shit is possible.
See, I would think being under the influence, the nerves would go away.
Nah, like, when I say being nervous, I mean, like, when you right behind that curtain and they're like, y'all ready for Rico Nasty? And you hear the crowd, that shit makes your adrenaline rush. May not be nervous, but your adrenaline rushes because you got people waiting on you. That's what it is. It's not like, oh my God, I'm scared, like, these fucking people. It's just like, damn, these people came for me. I'm nervous. Shit, I hope I put on a good show. Right? Like, hope I don't disappoint.
How do you deal with, like, you haven't been booed? You haven't been booed. Have you had hecklers, though, at a show? A hater at a show? Maybe not booed in unison, but... Very good.
And that's what's so fucking crazy, though, because I would think haters would boo. I've had haters come to the club and sing the song and, like, point at me from downstairs. And I think that that's the funniest thing you can do.
What do you think your best show has been so far, out of all the different shows you've done? Has there been a memorable show that stood out to you? This was my best performance at this point.
Chicago. That was the first show on the tour.
Sugar Trap 2 tour?
Mm-hmm. And I just remember I was like, I felt myself. And I was like, yeah, I want to do this for real. And I want them to look at me a certain type of way. It's a certain type of stage presence that you also want to have to match, who you are and what you're talking about. So, I planned for it. And I think I did a really good job. And everybody told me I did great. And when I left that show, I was like, kill. Like, I'm dedicated to this. Like, you know, sound check, I do my warm-ups and stuff like that. So I was just dedicated, and I had fun at that show.
Favorite city so far?
Favorite city is my home. And
to perform in?
To perform in, Atlanta was lit. I sold that show out too. Atlanta went crazy, and New York goes crazy for me. Like, both times I've been out there, I've sold out both shows, and I've only had 2 shows. So New York showed me love. You know what? I fuck with New York. I'm going to have to say New York. When it comes to performing, I love New York because those people, they know how to party. They know how to get down with the get down.
Somebody watching this, let's say it's their first performance ever, right? Any advice to somebody on their first performance ever? They've never performed before. This is their first time they're about to touch that stage.
Make sure the DJ has your music. Make sure the DJ has your fucking music. Like, don't get on there and then run back to the DJ booth and then try to diss the DJ for not having your shit. Like, make sure he got your shit. Make sure you're ready. Like, you here to perform. Your music matters.